It all started with one photo. A single picture posted by AHYEON on Weverse that sent the entire K-pop fandom into chaos. Not because of a new teaser, not because of a new stage outfit, but because of a hat. Yes, a simple hat. But not just any hat. AHYEON's supreme floral Jacquard camp cap, which fans immediately recognized as a gift given by one lucky fan during BABYMONSTER's soundcheck in Toronto. The moment the photo went live, Weverse exploded. Timelines caught fire, hashtags spread like wildfire, and fans everywhere screamed, "She actually wore it!" It was the kind of wholesome chaos only K-pop could deliver. But how did that cap make its way from a fan's hands to AHYEON's head? And why did this small gesture touch so many people around the world? Let's dive into the story behind the photo that captured everyone's hearts. To understand why this moment hit so deeply, we need to rewind a little. BABYMONSTER has been on their North American tour, performing to massive crowds in every city. Toronto wasn't just another stop. It carried emotional weight. For many fans, it was a symbolic moment, because AHYEON, who had previously taken a break before the group's official debut, was finally performing again at full strength. The soundcheck event in Toronto was particularly special. Fans who attended said it felt personal, less like a formal performance and more like a genuine interaction between idols and their supporters. Among those fans was one person who brought a very specific gift, a supreme floral Jacquard camp cap, a sleek black piece with delicate white floral embroidery, perfectly balancing streetwear cool with soft charm. That fan reportedly said they chose it because AHYEON has this mix of street chic confidence and gentle energy. This cap just fits her. And then, a few days later, she wore it. It was late at night in Korea. Weverse was quiet, the timeline calm. And then, suddenly, AHYEON posted. The photo was simple, but powerful. She stood on a city street at night, surrounded by glowing buildings and streetlights. She wore an oversized white hoodie, her dark hair falling freely, and that unmistakable black floral supreme cap tilted slightly on her head. The caption read, "Only Toronto." Within minutes, chaos ensued. Comments flooded in faster than anyone could scroll. Fans recognized the cap immediately. It was the exact one given by the fan in Toronto. One comment that went viral said, "Wait, is that the cap from the fan? She actually wore it! I'm crying!" In less than 10 minutes, the post had tens of thousands of comments. On Twitter, TikTok, Reddit, and Korean forums like Pan and The Coup, discussions erupted. The hashtag #IonSupremeCap trended in multiple countries, including Indonesia, the Philippines, and Canada. It wasn't just a photo anymore, it was a fandom moment. What made this even more touching was how natural it looked. AHYEON didn't wear the gift in a staged photo shoot or an official event. She wore it casually, like it was part of her everyday look. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. "She's not just the main vocal, she's the main sweetheart," one fan tweeted. Another wrote, "Young idols rarely wear fan gifts in public, but AHYEON did it. That's how you build real connection." Even fans from other fandoms joined in, comparing the gesture to moments when Lisa from Blackpink wore a fan-made bracelet, or when Jungkook from BTS carried fan letters in his bag. The fan who originally gave AHYEON the cap posted their reaction on social media, writing, "I can't believe it. I literally cried when I saw her post. Thank you, AHYEON. You made my year." That single message spread across platforms, turning a simple act into a global conversation about authenticity, gratitude, and connection between idols and their fans. When it comes to fashion, AHYEON has always had an effortless magnetic aura. She doesn't need extravagant outfits to make a statement. Her style speaks through comfort, subtlety, and confidence. The Supreme Floral Jacquard camp cap itself is a cult favorite in streetwear culture, bold yet soft, luxurious yet casual. And paired with IHON's white hoodie and dark jeans, it created the perfect contrast of street and innocence. Fans instantly called it main character energy. Some joked, she looks like the lead in a Netflix K-drama walking home after changing the world. Even Korean fashion accounts reposted her picture, calling it a prime example of casual luxury aesthetic. Within days, the cap sold out in multiple online stores. She's not just the main vocal, she's the main influence, one comment read. But beyond the fashion moment, what truly moved fans was what the gesture represented. IHON has always been known as one of the quieter members of BABYMONSTER. She doesn't always speak much during lives or interviews, but when she does something, it carries weight. In one Weverse live, she once said, "Sometimes I can't say everything, but I hope you can feel it through my actions." And that's exactly what happened here. By wearing that hat, IHON sent a silent but powerful message. She sees her fans, she remembers them, and she appreciates every little act of love they show her. The fan who gifted the cap later shared a short clip from the soundcheck, showing IHON smiling and nodding when the gift was passed to her through staff. That moment resurfaced online, filled with emotional comments like, "This is why we love her. She notices the small things." It didn't take long for Korean media to pick up the story. Outlets like Star News and OSIN published short articles praising IHON for her heartwarming bond with fans. One headline read, "IHON shows heartwarming bond with fans through a simple gift." On the coup, top comments included, "She acts like a senior idol already, so thoughtful and pure. And now I understand why international fans adore her." YG Entertainment didn't release any official statement, which made the moment feel even more genuine. There was no PR, no scheduling, no sponsorship, just IHON being herself. And sometimes that's all it takes for fans to fall even deeper in love. When you think about it, that cap became something symbolic. It represented more than fashion. It became a sign of connection. For the fan, it was a token of admiration. For IHON, it might have been a reminder of one of the warmest nights during a demanding tour. And for the fandom, it became proof that idols do notice, that their efforts and love are seen. In a world where the relationship between idols and fans can often feel distant, these small, intimate gestures bring humanity back into the spotlight. It's not just about performance, it's about the bond. Of course, fans being fans, the moment didn't end there. Soon after, a new trend began circulating across TikTok and Instagram. #IonTorontoLook. Fans from all over the world started recreating her outfit. The oversized white hoodies, simple jeans, and the floral Supreme cap. Some took it seriously, styling themselves with similar accessories and lighting. Others added humor, making skits like, "POV, you're going to the convenience store at 2 a.m. but still want to look like IHON in Toronto." Even YouTube fashion reviewers started breaking down her outfit as an example of how minimal street aesthetic can still look elevated. One comment summed it up perfectly. "I'm broke, but I'm trying to look like IHON brokecore." Looking back at IHON's journey, this moment reflects her entire growth arc. From a trainee facing enormous pressure to a young woman returning stronger than ever as BABYMONSTER's powerhouse main vocal, her story is already one of resilience. And what makes her stand out isn't just her talent, but her emotional depth. Every small action she takes feels intentional. Every post, every gesture carries authenticity. Fans often describe her as someone who shines quietly. Not loud, not overly dramatic, but powerful in her own way. Exactly the kind of idol who makes fans feel seen and understood. This Weverse moment, in all its simplicity, became another chapter in IHON's story of quiet strength. At first glance, it's just a girl wearing a hat. But in the K-pop universe, every small act can mean something profound. This wasn't just about a fashion accessory, it was about gratitude, connection, and the unspoken relationship between idols and their fans. Through one photo, IHON reminded everyone that fandoms aren't just about chart rankings or streaming numbers, they're about mutual care, about a shared journey where both sides give and receive love. That's what made the photo so powerful. It wasn't dramatic, it wasn't loud, it was honest. And honesty is rare and deeply appreciated in a world built on perfection. So now everyone is asking the same question. Will Ahan continue to show this personal, heartfelt side of herself as Baby Monster's tour continues?